I would like to think of myself as an empathetic person, but this isn't maybe one that I would initially have thrown into the ring as an integral piece of strategy. So what does this mean?
You just gave it away. I'd like to think of myself as an empathetic person implies that there's a moral component to what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And at some level, of course there is, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm talking about is this. Everything we build and everything we make only works in a voluntary exchange if someone else wants it more than they want the money or time they have to trade for it. Meaning, someone's not going to buy the thing you're selling at a crafts fair because you worked really hard to make it. They're going to buy it because they want it. And all empathy is being very clear about who it's for and why they want it. And we get so busy and so exhausted making something, we forget. We hustle people and hassle people to buy from us because it's important to us.
Sounds like some of my blog posts.
Yes. The No book, you didn't need to publish the No book if your goal was for you to read it, because you already read it.
Right.
You are publishing it so other people will read it. So your description of the book is not, please buy this because I worked really hard to write it. It's, I have a thing here that when I describe it, if I create the conditions for information exchange to happen, you will bang down the door to get it. You will be angry if you can't get a copy. Now, that implies that it cannot be for everyone, no matter what we make, because you cannot be empathic to everyone. Unless you're selling, I don't know, oxygen on a planet that doesn't have any, there's nothing that everyone wants the same way. So where all of this must begin and end is with the minimum, the smallest viable audience. Who are the people, just them, that when they hear about this, they're going to say, that's exactly what I was looking for. That's all you need. You pick that group, you delight them, and you forgive everybody else. And here's proof that you're not doing it. If someone comes to you and you are not regularly sending folks to your competitors or people who are thought of as your competitors, you are not serious about this, about picking the audience who it's for and forgiving everybody else. When someone shows up at the Ferrari dealership and says, I got 6 kids, how am I going to get them to school? You don't try to persuade them to get in an Enzo. You send them down the street to the Volvo dealership.
That was one of your many questions, I suppose 40 or so questions in the book that I wanted to ask about. Am I positioned as a service? Can I happily send others to people who might be seen as competitors? And I was like, interesting. I wanted to clarify that, which you just did. And it makes sense. If you can't do that, then you very likely do not have your 1,000 true fans or minimal viable audience defined, right?
Yeah, I mean, positioning is, why are the people who don't choose to buy from you right to make that choice?